Hello and welcome everybody. Very nervous making this speech, I've got to admit, but I'm standing here and I'm looking at this little sign they got here about fire safety. It just makes me all that much nervous. On behalf of Julia and I would like to thank you all for coming and sharing this very special moment with us. We really do appreciate it. This moment, many would say, has been a long time coming. Many have suggested that maybe I was afraid, and I'd like to say that's simply not true. I only have one fear, and that's of heights. And we got to be honest, Julia's very beautiful, radiant, fun size. If you'll all indulge me, as I'd like to take a moment to thank the people that have helped bring this all together. And I haven't written it in the speech, but I notice everyone here has done a little bit to make this a very special night. The people that have gone out to get that extra special suit, the people that have taken the time to do their hair, the people that have got the children dressed up so wonderfully. Every child in here just brings great joy. They're all so cute, running around. It means a lot. So I can't mention everybody, but everybody I do want to thank for that little bit of effort that they brought to today. Firstly, I've got to thank the beautiful Julia. Like all wedding planning, Julia and myself have taken equal share in planning today. Julia did all the research, all the planning, all the phone calls, all the bookings, all the double checkings, all the ordering, and I had to hear about it at the end of the day. Which brings me to thank the bridesmaids that had to help with some of that burden. You all look stunning, but just quickly, Julia, those dresses, are you still sure?
I don't know, what does everyone think?
Hey? That'll look alright. They only can power to you, my beautiful. To my groomsmen. And those of you that aren't quite men. Thank you all for coming and sharing this moment with us. I have counted each of these men friends since before I met Julia, and it means a lot 10 years later to have you by my side. Well, of course, I didn't know Ant before, but we can ignore him. He's generally short, balding, and gnome-like. And you certainly do have to thank our sponsors for this evening, Frank and my father, that have helped pay for tonight. Seriously, these things are expensive, and cheers to free food. Speaking of food, I remember the first time I had dinner at the Gimondo family residence. I remember it very well, though I forget. What was it that we had for dinner that night? Yeah, there we go. Anyway, I do remember that it embarrassed Julia a lot. And embarrassment is something that she's had to get used to over the last 10 years. I learned so much that night, though. I remember I learned my first word in Italian, mangia, which roughly translates to yum. I also learnt that in a conversation, that volume and distance is inversely proportional. The closer you get, the louder you have to speak. I also learnt that the Gimondo family could have been quite the Broadway production company, as they acted out scenes from their based on a true story comedy, 100 Ways to Kill a Baby Chicken. Seriously, it's worth taking a look if you don't know what I'm talking about. She does. She does. There's more than one. Most importantly, I observe them as a complete and efficient family unit. In today's age, where the silhouette of the modern family is more often based on relations than relationships, it was enlightening to watch. I think, if anything, that's what I was most afraid of, that I would not be able to achieve this for Julia. Julia means a lot to me, and it's clear that she means a lot to her friends. We have friends that have travelled from Europe and Asia to be here today for Julia's special day. The things that I love about Julia are of the simplest variety. I love her fire and I love her soul. I love that she can cook, and I love her motherly mannerisms. I love the way she waits for me and the way she pretends not to care. I love the way her face lights up, and I love every curl in her straightened hair. But let's be honest, I just love that butt. I will close with some profound words that mean a lot to me personally, and if you just bear with me. This body holding me reminds me of my own mortality. Embrace this moment. Remember, Julia, we are eternal. Julia, from this moment, we have so much to look forward to together. However, this moment is special. This moment, I proudly call you my wife. Thank you.